Welcome to another FlyUK live stream, and welcome on board this flight from Dublin to Edinburgh. It's an Aer Lingus flight. It's the same flight number as a real life flight that was took off earlier this evening. Hi to those that are just joining the stream. I'm streaming it both on YouTube and over on here on TikTok as well. Hi WMKI Ground over on the YouTube side, thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm repeating another A to B flight because I'm determined to try and get something right at least. You know, it didn't particularly go as smoothly as I'd have liked it last time, but this time I'm obviously trying to do my best to get this aircraft in a position where we can go ahead and you know, land safely at Edinburgh without too many dramas. So so I'm just setting up the aircraft, and the parking brake is obviously on and set. So we go from Dublin to Edinburgh this evening. It's an A to B flight, and we are going to be hooked up to IVAO as well. So yeah, IVAO as well, which is obviously a virtual ATC program. So so the game name is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and it is available on the latest Xbox as well if you haven't got a particularly powerful PC. And you know, look at this. Look at this. So we're at the gate, and we're almost, well, we're ready to start loading the passengers. We've got the external power hooked up at Dublin Airport. And like I say, and you know, I want to say anybody that's watching on YouTube as well, a huge hello to them as well. It's amazing, isn't it? The livery, the livery and everything's amazing. So in a few moments we're going to get in the aircraft, and we're going to start boarding the passengers with a bit of luck. So let me just check a few things before we get into the aircraft. Sorry about that, a bit of a cough. It's not COVID, I don't think, anyway. Game name, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Yeah, it's so cool. Really, really nice. So in Aer Lingus livery from Dublin. And like I say, the flight number that we've chose, it's Shamrock 256, was an earlier flight today. And we're at gate 407 at Dublin Airport. So we're going to be heading back in, going into the aircraft shortly. We're going to be flying at flight level 250, 25,000 feet. And the flight in total will be 1 hour, well, gate to gate, 1 hour 10, or should be, with a flight time of around 45 minutes, 45 to 47 minutes, I think, something like that. Good evening, Kim. How you doing? Yeah. If only my PC still ran this. Now it just sends me to game services in the Microsoft. Oh no. Yeah, it takes a bit of. Yeah, this is live. This is live. Is it Noah's, I think? 031. Yeah, so we're having a live flight from Dublin to Edinburgh. So let's go and get in the aircraft, and what we can do, we can start powering this thing up. So let's just get this activated. So what we're going to do, look at it in the overhead panel now. There we go. And you'll see that light there, that's our external power. It's saying that we're available. You can't really see this on TikTok very well, but you'll be able to see it on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube as well. I've just zoomed in a little bit just to help everybody on TikTok. But that's external power. So what we're going to do, we're going to press that on. Nice sounds from the aircraft booting up. Okay, so we're going to turn the batteries on, and we're going to press the APU, wait 3 seconds, and we're going to press start. And while the power's on, we're going to put the lights on like that so we'll be able to see what we're doing. There we go. Okay, so we'll take us back to the view. So oh yeah, okay, we're going to go to the overhead panel as well, and we're going to start going through the options here. So cruise supply, wipers are off, flight recorder, okay, flight controller, sorry, flight recorder is on, the black box as they say. Hi Anthony, how you doing? Give me a shout out on TikTok please. So Anthony Savage has come over to YouTube to watch it in full HD. Obviously it's a little bit more difficult to watch it over on over on the TikTok side, but it still is it is enjoyable, of course. But for those that do want to have it on your TV or whatever, then you can go over to the YouTube. Oh wow, watching with my boy Alfie, who is 6 tomorrow and an aspiring pilot. He's loving this. Oh wow. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've got these. Let me just set the view again so that I can use my head movements. Let's reset this. Okay, so we need to put the ADIRs on. I'll put this to nav. Wait for that to come out, and then finally nav. Right, so that will take a few moments for it to kick in for our navigation systems. Okay, so let's just reset this view a bit more. There we go. So there we go. That's better. Okay, so we're now going down to the engine tests. Engine fire test, should I say. What's your YouTube channel? So you can go to the TikTok profile, click the link tree, and you'll be able to sort of have a direct link to the YouTube that way if you want to go on YouTube. It's FlyUK. It should come up. In here, it's almost stopped raining here, but at 2 PM my local time until now, it's non-stop raining. Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do is start boarding the passengers as well. So let's just turn these pumps on. And the APU is available, so we put the bleed on. Default lights should come off when the engines start as well, so we're good there. Checking for anything other. So with seatbelt signs on. Smoking to auto. Overhead lights will turn on accordingly. Hi Derek, how you doing? Hi Funky Duck, how you doing? You're actually flying this. It's not a simulation. It is a simulation, I'm afraid. Okay, so icing. Let's put that on to icing, and we'll test the lights as well. Okay, all lights are lit. I'll turn the lights back on again. So no smoking is on, and I think we're all good there. So we'll start loading the passengers now. So yeah, well, actually we'll get the weather request in as well. Oh, thanks for the subscription, whoever that was on YouTube. I'm sure it'll pop up for me in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, so thanks for so Glenda and Anthony has subscribed on YouTube. Thanks ever so much. So what we're going to do, we're going to start loading the passengers on board. Let's get the weight and balance, and we'll start loading that. So we've got 162 passengers on board this evening, this Aer Lingus flight. And while that's sort of loading up, we need to obviously sort our fuel out as well. Well, I hope this is getting you in some sort of holiday mood. It certainly helps with me wanting to go on holiday again. How can I get this game? You can download it off the Microsoft Store. We've got the, like I say, got the passengers loading at the moment. Just and what we do is, let's go back to Okay, let's we'll print off the weather request. Still haven't got it. Alright, we'll go to int. So this will bring our flight plan into the system. Our flight number today is Echo India 256. Hi from Mauritius, how you doing? Okay, so go back to the menu and we will... It's going to take a bit of time for the passengers to board anyway. We'll get the weather request. Okay, METAR for the departure, and that will send us a message soon within the message received. A bit of luck. What we do need to do is get our fuel on board though. So we see that the cabin doors are open, the cargo doors are open at the moment. Hi Mo, how you doing? Welcome to the YouTube side. Okay, so let's go to our fuel. So our fuel, our total fuel that we need for the flight with the extra is 6 tons. But I'll just put 6.1 in, so we might as well start fueling this up now. So 6.1 tons of fuel, and it's going to start filling those tanks up. So if we go to our screen there, you'll see that at the moment we've got 4 tons going in. So that'll gradually rise to the 6.1 tons of fuel that we're going to be filling up with. I'm good, thank you, Mo. Thanks for obviously joining on the YouTube side as well. I do appreciate it. Oh, evening, James. How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Well, I'm running it on YouTube as well, James. If you want to pop onto that, so if you fancy watching it on TV or something. Okay, so yeah, we're currently boarding passengers. Expected departures in about 25 minutes. And the GPS hasn't kicked in yet, so we're just waiting for that to kick in. I'm playing it's basically a Track IR5, it's called. So it feels quite nice to move around the cockpit. Okay, so we might as well start carrying on with the setup of this. So flight plan. Okay, so it's got our departure, correct departure. Thank you for Emma, who was subscribed on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. This made me want to go on holiday. Okay, so we'll just check that to make sure. Yeah, so the departure is in there. Let's go through these different systems. So flaps, and so up 25. Okay, so we got our GPS. Thank goodness for that. So we're just waiting for the passengers to finish boarding as well. They're in the back boarding, getting the cases all above their heads, etc. And the crew obviously attending accordingly. So we're just going to fill in some details in the flight computer. Let's see how our fuel's going. So we should have 6.1 tons, so it's nearly there. The fuel's nearly, we've nearly got 6.1 tons there. Actually, I think it's finished because we're obviously burning fuel with the APU. A bit cold in the cabin. Can we get some heat, please? Yeah, not a problem. Let's get up over here. We can turn the cabin heat up a little bit for you. We don't want it too warm in the back though. You need to get used to Edinburgh temperatures. Okay. Okay, so we just check see if the passengers have finished boarding. So we've got a bit of passengers to go. We got 106 passengers out of the 162. So we've got to wait for the passengers to board. But in the meantime, we'll check this flight plan. So we'll put it in plan mode. We do need to add a departure, so departure. Let me just check what we actually agreed on with the flight plan. So taking off runway 10 right, and departing by the Rotev 9 Echo. Okay, so this is so realistic, absolutely madness, very impressive. James Rogers has said. Or Northern Ireland over on the YouTube side. I am on IVAO at the moment tonight, but there's nobody at Dublin. But there will be somebody on approach and tower at Edinburgh, hopefully, with a bit of luck. Say 10 10 right, and we've got to then take a departure out via the Rotev 6 Echo, which is that one. Insert. With a bit of luck, that should update. Okay, so there we go. So we're taking departing out, left turn. And not above 3,000. So if we take the Navigraph here and we have a look at the SID departure for Rotev 9 Echo, Sorry, 6 Echo. It will actually say the initial departure, 3000. Okay, so we'll bring that down. There we go, 3000. And okay, so there's no other restrictions. Run the flight straight to flight level 250. Okay, so let's just check with how our passengers are. Okay, there's a flight plan discontinuity, but that's because we haven't put the destination arrival in. And I think if we look at our plan, we're using that tons 01. It's runway 06. 06? Yeah, runway 06. So ILS approach 06. And the star is the Tunsea.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know.
Okay, so approach via...
If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
I'm not too sure what
that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear
that
and
is,
other passengers
but
can make
we'll
their
go
way
for
to
that.
their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row,
Okay, so that should have
exit
brought
team
us
responsibilities in the card in the seat back in
nicely
front of you. If
into
you're not
Edinburgh.
able to
So
comply
there's
with
no
these actions, please let a flight
discontinuity in
attendant
the
know. That
flight
way you
plans.
can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
There we go. Well, how nice was that for the cabin crew? So I think that means that we've boarded. Let's just check to make sure that we have boarded. Let's just go and check the passengers. Yeah, 162 passengers have boarded. Okay. So what we can do now, we can do our weight and balance because we've got enough. We've got the fuel on board. So we'll go to the perf page. Actually, I need to do the this 0 weight and the block of fuel that we'll need for that. And we'll just update these because these are V1 and V2 speeds. What's your name? My name's Dan. Welcome on board. Okay, we'll turn the lights on there. Okay. Well, we can take the gate away now. And we can take away the cargo as well. So the baggage is still there. And hopefully that cargo light will come out. So we're off to Edinburgh tonight. Okay, so that door's being shut, thank goodness. Okay. Happy to help, have a good flight. Hi Anna, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we're off to Edinburgh today. Make sure that I've got everything. So what I'm going to do is just do a checklist. So I've done the overroad check, fuel pumps, auto, perform, fire test, cargo spoke tests. Sensor panel, check all standby instruments. Skid are on. Check radio panel. Radio panel seems to be active. Pedestal weather radar off. So what we can do though, we can turn these on. So we can see what we're doing. Check the system's eCam display. Okay, so systems. Okay, all good. Cabin crew brought me a Coke. Okay, pedestal engine masters off. Engine mode selector normal. Ground spoilers retracted and disarmed. Flaps are up. Rudder trim 0. Parking brake set. TCAS standby. TCAS standby. Cockpit preparation complete. Okay, pre-startup then. APU master is on. APU start. MCDU weights are inserted, we've done that. MCDU takeoff performance checked. V1, VR and V2 speeds are already done. If APU is available, APU bleed on and external power off. So the external power should leave us soon. And air conditioning as required. Okay, so we can turn the packs on. Ah, they're already on. I thought it was real. Well, thanks to everybody that's watching over on the TikTok and over on YouTube. So we're off to Edinburgh shortly. We'll be departing in around sort of 8 minutes. We're still sort of boarding. The cabin crew is still in the back, getting everybody sorted. But all passengers are on board. The gate has been retracted, and we've just done our pre-startup. Just done our pre-startup checks. So we'll have a look outside while we're waiting. So this is the flight tonight. It's an Aer Lingus flight, Shamrock 256. And what we can do, we can get that external power truck. We don't need that anymore. That can go. We've disconnected the power, so not a problem. And to be fair, that baggage handler looks a little bit too close for my liking. I'm hoping he'll move. Come on, out of the way. Good day, how you doing? How long will the flight take? So the flight door to door is 1 hour and 10, but air time is around, I think it's around 45, 47 minutes or something like that. I'll have to check once we're up in the air. I'll let you know, give you an estimate of the time. Okay, there's the baggage going. Driving right under the aircraft. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. We've got 6 minutes till departure. I hope he's not trying to load the aircraft again. There we go. We'll go back in. Okay, so we're nearly set. So first altitude's around 3,000 feet, which is what we're going up to on our departure. We've checked the route already, so we can bring it back to the Arc, and we're taking off runway 10 10 right. So we'll have to give ourselves some taxi instructions to that runway. Has the flight been delayed? No, we've still got 5 minutes before we have pushback. We've done all our checks.
We're on your time now.
Okay, so that's we're ready to do go and do pushback. So if the if we were at air traffic control, we're done.
1:43. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 10 minutes. Please
there we go, 1 hour 10 minutes.
We ask that you make sure that all devices are in
Windows doors closed, cockpit doors are closed, and we'll check that by have a look at the doors here. Okay. Beacon, fuel pumps on.
Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Okay, so that's yeah. Okay, we'll request pushback anyway.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Time's 9:20 over in the UK at the moment. Best place for PPL lessons around Birmingham, well, you can travel to Takeoff Hill, which is in the Midlands, or you can go to Wellesbourne, which is probably the closest for Birmingham. They don't do any flight schools, or Coventry. It's really your choice, to be honest. But Takeoff Hill's not too far from Birmingham.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
So basically we'll be taxiing there via Bravo, Sierra, and at holding point Sierra 7. To take off on our departure. So we're going to do pushback and we're going to start the engines.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, releasing parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
You will start in the sequence.
Ignition start. Starting engine 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft,
we're being pushed back now.
To the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases,
So beacon light on.
Behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a
Fuel
decompression,
pumps
an oxygen mask will drop in front of you.
are
To
on.
start the flow of oxygen, pull the
Steering
mask
pin in,
towards
so
you.
transponder
Place it
auto.
firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance,
TCAS on standby. We've already got our clock, EC set
keep
to
your mask
run.
on
Parking
until a
brake is
member of the crew
required.
advises you it is safe to exit. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist
starting
and
engine
buckle
2.
at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpiece.
How much does the PPL cost? So anywhere between 7,000 and 10,000 British pounds. It really depends on whether you can do it in a certain amount of time or not.
Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and letting your
we're en route to
Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
we're en route to Edinburgh. Okay.
Pushback completed. Please set
Push
your
faster.
parking brake.
So parking brake
Parking
set.
brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
I think I do need
Startup
to.
is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you
Okay,
at the
so
side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
APU bleed off. Master switch. APU master switch off. And anti-ice as required. We've got that on. Before taxi, auto brake to max. Spoilers armed. Flaps set to takeoff flaps, so we've got flaps 1 for takeoff. Engine anti-ice as required. Flight controls checked. So if we go to the flight controls, full deflection, full defection. Okay, flight controls checked. It's the Airbus A320, yeah. Pitch trim set and rudder trim is reset. Okay, for taxi, nose light to taxi. Runway turn.
We're ready for departure.
Sorry, runway turn off lights, should say. Nav logos on, wings on, strobe auto. Okay, we're taxiing. So we've got a bit of a slight delay. Yeah, seatbelt signs on. They're already on.
Please
Thank
note the
goodness.
cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Unfortunately, due to a technical issue, we are going to be very slightly behind schedule. We do apologize for this slight inconvenience.
Okay, so we've just told the cabin that we are going to be a little bit late. Sophie, so how much of the game is for so basically it starts from 80 British pounds. I don't know what it converts to if you're from the US. Might be cheaper in the US, I don't know. But that's basically the cost. Now you can get it on the latest Xbox as well, which means you don't have to fork out for a huge graphics card. But the downside of that is that you are limited with the add-ons within the Xbox marketplace. So we're taxiing all the way down to runway 10 right. At Dublin Airport, and we'll be departing shortly. So in the next sort of 5 minutes or so. So the add-ons that I'm using are fly-by-wire A320NX, which is the Airbus, the aircraft. It's free. It's a free download for PC. Absolutely fantastic non-profit team that work on this, and they're working on making it basically the most realistic it can be. Well worth getting. And the add-on in terms of the cabin crew is something called PAX, PA. I think it's XC, which gives you a nice realistic sort of cabin crew experience on there. Okay, so I think we can. I think we can take this one. Okay, so we're going to do our before takeoff checklist. So we're at holding point Sierra 428. Sorry, 10 right. Okay then, cabin crew notified. So we'll go and do that.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Okay, cabin crew notified. Exterior lights all. Nose wheel lights to take off. Landing lights on. Weather radar TCAS. Turn TCAS on. Oh, come on. There we go. And weather mode is required, and TO for the takeoff config as well. I think that's takeoff config. Where's the weather shield? Okay, that's on. Okay, I'm not too sure where that WS is. Okay, norm. Okay, we're all set. Let's go and line up. Okay, taking off. $80 knots, 90 knots, 100, 120 knots, V1, rotate. Positive rate gear up. John Hamilton, I'm doing a little bit better today, aren't I? Crazy. Blimey, it wouldn't be hard. Everything went wrong that possibly could. last time. So we should be climbing to 3,000 feet. Put that into the level climb now. There we go. So we're well on our way to Edinburgh, thank goodness for that. Okay, so our speed is active on the autopilot. We can take those flaps out now. Okay, and it is following the standard instrument departure, which is a good sign. So after takeoff, checklist: gear retracted, flaps retracted, spoilers disarm, thrust climb, autopilot as required, nose wheel lights off, runway turn off lights. Okay, we're winning. We're winning tonight. So after this standard departure, and once we've hit Surrox, then we'll be climbing to flight level 250, which is 25,000 feet, all the way to Edinburgh before we have to then descend. And we'll be descending around 75, or the start of the descent will be around 75 miles away from Edinburgh. So this is, yeah. Need a few pints back in first class. Ah, yes. Let's take the seatbelt signs off. You lads do that? Not yet, I don't think. We're still in the climb. We'll have to sort of wait until we've leveled off, I think. Sorry, John Hamilton, you're going to have to wait for that pint in the back in first class. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, and thanks for everybody that's watching over on the YouTube side. It's fantastic to have you on board. There's 100 and... how many passengers have we got on board again? So we got 162 passengers on board the flight, plus 180 over on the TikTok, and I'm not too sure how many's watching over on the YouTube, but welcome aboard. Shamrock 256 to Edinburgh. Okay, so Barrow to standard. Anti-ice is required. Weather radar is required. Above 10,000 feet, landing lights off, wing lights and seatbelt signs off. So when we reach 10,000 feet, then we've got some more to do in checklist. James, you're still here on board. Thank goodness for that. This is it's quite mad because this has gone quite smoothly so far. It was a bit of a mess last time. It'll be interesting to see what sort of weather we're expecting over at Edinburgh, actually. so we can go and get that weather report for Edinburgh. Get a rough idea off here. So it's 1 degrees in Edinburgh. 1 degrees. That's crazy. Literally feel like I'm flying here in real life watching this. Got you on the big TV. You're literally a real A320 pilot. Oh no, honestly. No. Not quite. What's the name of this game? It's and it is VR. You can attach it to VR. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So let's go and have a look at this again. Oh, thanks, Ernie or Ern. Okay, let's see what I've done wrong on that. I think it's because I don't know what's happening there. Okay, so we'll send that. We should be able to get the weathers. There we go. And we'll print that off. So when it comes out the printer, we can rip that off and get an idea what the weather's going to be like for us. Let's have a look. So in Edinburgh, we've got 3 knot wind. And a little bit of fog as well. so that's going to be interesting. Hopefully you don't have to do a cat-free landing. Should we go and have a look at the outside anyway, while we're waiting? How nice is that sound? It just never gets old, does it? Never gets old. So I've also downloaded Orbix Edinburgh and Dublin today. So I'm interested to see. I haven't actually gone and seen Edinburgh yet, so it's going to be a nice surprise when we come into land there for the first time. We've even got an Aer Lingus Cup. Look at that. Look at the detail in that. Crazy. Do you play this with a VR headset? No, I use something called a Track IR5, which is very similar to how VR works, but I'm using monitors to view the sim instead. It means that I can get, there's no impact on the performance. You get sort of 4K resolution still. And you get to move your head, and you can set that ratio so that you can move your head ever so slightly and it will move a lot, or you can make it a 1-to-1 ratio. It's completely up to you. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, by the way, both on TikTok and the subscriptions on YouTube. There's quite a few people watching on the YouTube side now, which is fantastic as well. So for those that are just joining, we're doing a flight from Dublin International Airport over to Edinburgh. Thanks for going live. I really enjoy it. No problem at all. I'll do more of these A to B flights if you're enjoying this. I prefer the A to B flights than the landing request because it's a full setup. We'll have air traffic control when we get closer to Edinburgh with the approach. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Yeah, we're still at 3,000 feet because I think there's a restriction. I may be wrong. I think we can go to 9. That's it. We can go to 9,000 actually. And hopefully. I tell you what, we might as well just go all the way to. Might as well go to flight level 250. As there's no air traffic control directing us. Thanks, James, for pointing that out. Though I mean. We would have took off and we would have got obviously we would have got Dublin radar or Shannon radar, should I say, to bring us through that with the correct flight levels. A good spot. It is very noisy, isn't it? A noisy machine. But we are climbing again at quite a nice rate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to but fast while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory.
There we go, seatbelt sign off.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You cannot get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you do receive unexpected turbulence.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why it's so noisy in here, John. I have to admit, it's just really noisy. Thanks for subscribing. Is it Dionysus? And Slimline. Thanks for subscribing over on the YouTube. I do appreciate it. Okay, so landing lights off. And yeah, wing lights off. And seatbelt signs are already off. and that's the climb done. For cruise, nav aids as required and seatbelt signs as required. AMSI. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 for those that are just joining on the YouTube side. So not a real flight, but we're heading to Edinburgh with a bit of luck. So we had a flight plan discontinuity, which means that it was broken. Didn't notice that, so we were going direct to Gotna, which was one of the points further ahead. That's better. It's starting to feel a little bit quiet in the flight deck for once. Restart the engines to show if you're a skilled pilot. How funny. So we've got a ground speed of 375 knots at the moment. What we can do is check to make sure that our fuel is burning at the desired rate. So where's our next point? Gotna. So Gotna, we should have around 2.9 tons of fuel at least. All quiet until I get chatting to ATC on the approach to Edinburgh. Yeah, I know. That's if they're on board. You know, they did say that they should be on board. So when we get to Gotna, we'll check to see if we've actually got that required amount of fuel. So we're looking for 2.9 at least tons, 2.9 tons of fuel. And we're looking good at the moment. We've got 4.8 tons of fuel. Probably helped by going direct to one of the points further down the line. Watch where you're going. Thankfully we're under autopilot, but it's a good point. So when are we expected? Okay, we're all good. One thing that we can start to do is this is a simulation, so you won't be able to find me on flight radar. That's what TCAS is for, L. Jackson. Okay. Let's... Oh, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. Thanks for that. So 4. Thanks for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is just check the charts while we're en route, and we're going to have a look at the ILS.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
So we'll open the chart list and we're going to have a look at the approach. For runway 06. Okay, so we capture the glide slope at 4,000 feet. Hey B-Ball, how you doing? Welcome to the YouTube stream. Have fun, adios. See you, L. Jackson, if you're going. Thanks so much for popping in. Okay, so decision heights 310. QNH 1041, and temperature is 1 degrees in Edinburgh. Not warm at all. 4, I haven't got a video exactly of the whole setup, to be honest. But I do need to get something up on YouTube, at least, to showcase the different flight controls I've got. But I have got a video on my PC on TikTok if you want to have a look over there. There's a PC video. Okay, wind direction. 2404 knots. Okay, we're going to ask the cabin crew for a drink.
Hey, can we get something to drink up here?
Okay.
Wow. Merry Christmas, how you doing? Have you put the gears up? I have put the gears up. There's the gears. Or the undercarriage, should I say. Yeah, well the monitor setup, because obviously you're seeing a direct stream from that, the monitor is irrelevant, I suppose, but yeah, I should do a video. Just passing Belfast. Good spot, James, good spot. Well, we've passed Belfast. Yeah, we have passed Belfast. Well on our way. To Edinburgh. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim, John. Thanks for obviously joining the stream. I thought I heard soon fly over. Okay, so we have to keep an eye on how many miles we've got left to descend, actually, thinking about it. So when we get to 75 nautical miles, then that's our top of our descent, and we'll start descending. It's on autopilot. Yeah, it's on autopilot at the moment. Hi, Kim, and hi, Elizabeth. How you doing? It's not real Venetia. It's a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but we're flying it as if it is real to Edinburgh this evening. Any tailwind, remember that from the other night. That's true. We've actually got a bit of a headwind. If you have a look there, we got the wind is 0.339 degrees and 17 knots. So we've got 17 knots headwind at the moment. Our ground speed is 401 knots though, so we're still motoring along. You've just got Flight Simulator last Friday for your birthday. Wow, that's crazy. But what a great birthday present, because I'm sure you'll be on that, well, for the rest of your life now, you know. How long does it take to arrive? So the flight itself, door to door, was 1 hour and 10 minutes. So the distance to Edinburgh is around 109 nautical miles, and it's saying that we should arrive in Edinburgh in around 20 minutes. 20 minutes time. But I'm going to, after the cabin has finished serving snacks and drinks, they're almost finished, we'll be making our descent down to flight level 070, so that's 7,000 feet. Again, it should be initiating around 90, 75 to 90 nautical miles before we start descending. But like I say, the cabin is currently serving the drinks in the back, and the information is letting me know that they're nearly finished. We can of course have a look at the door camera as well. We switch that on, so nobody's in the galley at the moment, so that's useful for any hijacking situations, or just to check who's at the door, cabin crew wise. It's called Track IR5, which is very similar to VR in the way it works. Will we get the city tour before finding the airport like last time? John Hamilton on YouTube is asking, because last stream the aircraft suddenly decided that it wanted to speed away. The speed was out of control a little bit. Had to try and sort of try and divert a little bit before I got the aircraft under control, and so I could land at Stansted. Spurs Centre, I love your lives, man. Thanks ever so much. I appreciate you obviously watching, and the same as everybody else that's watching. There's around 85 people over on the TikTok side. There's quite a few people on the YouTube side as well, which is great. And I think what we should be doing is checking to make sure that our fuel is still okay. So we're going to have a look over to this screen, and we're going to check our fuel at the next stop. So we've just passed Tunso. So if we have a look at the Tunso, we need at least 2.6 tons, 2.7 tons we'll call it, at Tunso. So if we have a look at our fuel, we've got plenty. We've got 4.2 tons of fuel left. So we're not going to run out. So if we do have to have a bit of a tour of the city, as John Hamilton says, then we've got enough fuel to do that. Hopefully not. We'll be tuning into ATC hopefully soon. Jack Baker, yes, it does get asked quite a bit. Cliff over on YouTube, hello, how you doing? I'm not using VR, I'm using Track IR5, which is very similar to how VR works. So I'm just going to get in touch with the ATC hopefully soon. Yeah, it's an Airbus A320, and we should be starting our descent. So distance 75, so we're going to start our descent now. And we'll let the cabin crew that...
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
From the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We hope you're enjoying your flight. We're making good progress here, and we're doing our best to get you in on time.
So we've just started our descent, so we just let the cabin know. So I have got my pilot's license in real life, but not commercially. So I usually fly the small stuff.
Hey, what are the odds you guys could bring us a snack, please?
All right.
What's your favourite aircraft and airline? I don't particularly have a favourite airline as such. I've had really good experiences with Jet2 for the budgets, you know, airline type, and Emirates have always been fantastic for the long haul stuff. I mean, I love the A380. Obviously, since flying this A320 virtually, I absolutely love flying the A320 now. Okay, so we're 45 nautical miles away from Edinburgh. What livery is this? This is Aer Lingus. Okay, so descent, MCDU landing, perf page. TCAS BLW. Nav A's reviewed, anti-ice as required, seatbelt signs as required. We'll turn the seatbelt signs on now. So 4,000 is the altitude that we can capture the ILS. I do Spurs Centre. Yeah, I have the Premium Deluxe. Were we expected to turn right? I forgot to activate the approach mode, which was prompted on the on my checklist. Thank goodness. Let's slow us down a little bit. So we're descending quite quickly because we are not that far from Edinburgh now. So we're only 20 miles away, nautical miles away from Edinburgh. Too sure what it's doing here. Okay, well I'm going to have to vector myself. I think I'm going to have to vector myself around just until I can drop this height. It seems like ATC are not on board tonight. So it's a great question. So required fuel for the flight was actually 6 tons. 6 tons of fuel. It burns around 3 tons an hour, I believe. 3 tons every an hour and a half or something like that. So I'm going to bring the gear down as well. Which will help us reduce that height, altitude. No, it doesn't have doesn't have the liveries on the premium. You can download it if you're on PC. You can actually download them. You can actually download them free of charge if you've got a PC. Okay, so if
on our final descent into your destination, flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat.
I'm streaming on YouTube as well at the moment, but I do have plans if my connection will take it to stream on Twitch as well. But if you do want the full screen sort of experience on YouTube, stream it at the same time. It has the 787, it doesn't have the A350. But again, there's plenty of add-ons that you can buy through the market and stuff. So again, we're being vectored in. Actually, the weather's not too bad, is it, in Edinburgh at the moment? Shamrock 256, turn ahead in 220 degrees. Shamrock 256, turn in 220 degrees. Again, we don't have any ATC at the moment, so this is the best we can do at the moment. How long we got left? So we haven't got long actually. We've estimated. Well, we should be on the we should be on the ground within 4 minutes, but we're a bit delayed. So we'll be down in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. So just turning back onto the approach heading. and hopefully we can get landing at, at Edinburgh soon. We're on final approach now. This is the Airbus A320. And thanks for those that are watching on YouTube, I do appreciate it as well. So we do need to get the latest QNH settings, which we can do from the weather. Weather requests, get the METAR, send. I'll wait for that to come into our messages. Received. So we just wait for it to pop into our messages and we can get the QNH. There we go. So latest METAR for Edinburgh QNH 1041. So we'll put that into the computer. 1041. That's the regional pressure settings. Okay, so we've got lock star, which means the localizer is coming alive. Full flaps. And we're now on final approach into Edinburgh. It looks like we've got a little bit of fog. Okay, so the localizer has come alive. And we're coming into runway 06. Yeah, it is high, isn't it? It's 1041, James. Good luck landing, James has said. Northern Ireland, Pilot Northern Ireland's over on the YouTube side. Thanks so much. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the glide slope to be captured. Okay, it's captured. Right, it's lock star, should I say. Now it's captured, because it's in green. So with a bit of luck we should see the runway. Get the landing system in as well if we wanted, so that's fully aligned, showing us we're fully aligned.
2,500.
Okay everybody, let's let cabin crew that we're almost down. I can just see the runway poking out there. Okay, before landing checklist. EFIS required, terrain if it's required. Gear is down and green. Exterior lights all. Landing lights, they should have come on at 10,000 feet, never mind. Landing lights. Exterior lights on. So we'll leave that on auto. Oh, it's quite foggy in Edinburgh, as it predicted on the METAR weather reports. If you remember over on here. So it had a few clouds at 4,000 feet, but then it did warn of mist and fog. I mean, could this be a cat free landing? I don't know. What's our decision height actually? If we go to Perth, decision height is 310 feet. So if we can't see the runway at 310 feet, then we're going for a missed approach. And the missed approach procedure where's the missed? So missed approach, climb straight ahead to 3,000 feet, then as directed. So 3,000 feet is what we're climbing to if we can't get in here at 310 feet. Okay, so we still can't see the runway.
500.
It might be an auto land this. Still can't see it. We're at 600 feet at the moment, very, very low. This could be an auto land.
300.
There's the runway, 300. 310 was our decision height.
100 above. 200. 200. Minimum.
Okay.
100.
Turn the auto land off. We've got this manual
50.
control.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
We're down at Edinburgh. Wow. Reverse thrust. Thanks, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 10:34 p.m. and it's currently about 2 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Problem is, it's
Remember
that
to use
foggy
caution when opening the overhead bin, as items may have shifted during the flight. If
that
this is your
foggy
final
that it's quite
destination,
difficult.
we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation.
Okay,
of
landing
the
lights off. Taxi lights on. Welcome to Edinburgh, everybody. Thanks for flying with FlyUK over on TikTok and YouTube. So we've got to go and park up now. So this is an Aer Lingus flight. And if you enjoyed the A to B flight, then don't forget to drop me a follow or a subscription over on the YouTube, and make sure you tap that screen as well, just to show TikTok that you've enjoyed the live. It does help. What I do need to do is check out the. I'm not too sure what gate we're supposed to be in Edinburgh, as there's no ground controller. It's an Airbus A320. That weather added to the excitement. Well done. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. We'll take the next exit on the taxiway. So the co-pilot or the first officer should be really going through the after landing checklist. Landing lights off, nose wheel lights, taxi, flaps are up. Qatar Airways there, look at that. It's a long way from home. Spoilers retracted. Weather radar off. TCAS is off. APU. We do need the APU on, so we'll start that on. And after 3 seconds, we'll press start. This is on PC. So we're just about to taxi to a stand, if there is one available. Okay, well we'll take stand 1-6 at Edinburgh Airport. So we've got a United Airlines over there. Got some sort of car as well, airport car. Okay. Okay, parking brake on. And engines off. And we'll continue just for the time being. APU bleed on. And we'll have the external power on as well. And what we'll do, we'll call for the gate. And there we go. How cool is that? So this is an Aer Lingus flight, Dublin to Edinburgh. Are you going to debrief us? I don't know. Well, all I can say is that went a lot better than it did on our last stream. And the night is still young, so if you wanted, I could end this stream and just start a stream up over. Just for a general request, but then again, I think we're probably best to end this stream now, and we'll probably go and do a landing request at some point over the weekend. So rather than an A to B flight, we'll go through your favourite airports. Thanks ever so much. Yeah, Track IR I use. Thanks for the subscriptions on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Thanks for the follows on TikTok. It's great. And like I say, the passengers should be disembarking now. And we're going to have a look outside. There we go. So there's the Aer Lingus aircraft. We can probably actually shut down the APU now. Because we've got the external power on anyway. Your lights are on. Ah. Good point. There we go. Okay, thanks ever so much again. Your beacon is still on. They won't attach the jetty with a beacon on. Great. Yeah, great suggestion. What a schoolboy error. Do you know that was the least of my worries though, you know, today, well, yesterday. It all went wrong with the stream yesterday. So I'm glad that we've managed to make it to Edinburgh. Good night, Kim, and good night, everybody. Oh, thanks, Steve. Actually, sorry, I have got the checklist, but I forgot there's a parking checklist. Which you are right, it has the beacon off on that. Fuel pumps off. Engine master off, external power on if available, transponder off, and cockpit door open. So there we go. But thanks, Steve, for obviously saying that you. Yeah, we just finished the flight. So that's it for tonight. Thanks so much. The brakes are on. Yeah, the brakes are on. Thanks, James, for watching. I appreciate that, and see you all soon. I'll try and do another flight over the weekend. Probably maybe an A to B flight again, or a landing request flight. But thanks for the subscription on YouTube, and thanks for the follows on TikTok. Bye for now.